welcome again to another episode from Elite Legions. In this one, we're gonna be talking about the Hashashins, the new Tier 5 unit, introduced recently to the game. First thing is first, all their attacks are considered to be normal attacks. Second, their attacks are mainly stabs, in other words, piercing damage, and airborne kicks, in other words, blunt damage. So these are the stats that you would want to enhance further on using Doctrine. Second, you will probably need a speed boosting Doctrine, and I will explain why later on. Now let's jump to their skills. So the skill number 1 and 2 consume 2 charges each, so you need to time them well and manage your charges carefully. While the smoke bomb doesn't need charges, it has a nice cooldown of 17 seconds. So let's start with the smoke bomb. What are their uses? When to use them? How to use them? So in my opinion, their only use is in 2 situations. One, you're fighting a melee unit or a unit in general, and you have another ranged unit in your tail. So the smoke bomb in this specific situation will provide enough cover for your unit. And the second scenario is simply you engaged a unit and then the enemy team noticed you. So before they jump and attack your unit, so you just throw your smoke bomb and retreat. The second skill is literally what it says, heavy damage to random close units. And yeah, it might break shields with the kicks, since it's a blunt damage, but you'll find your Hashashins always prefer to rotate or just like slide underneath the unit and then hit it from the back. The skill number 1 is the main skill, since it orders them to charge or retreat. Remember when I mentioned the smoke bomb? When you throw your smoke bomb, you retreat using the skill number 1. You do not press X or C or anything else. You press 1 at your location. Why? Let me explain. In their passive, you will find something called Liquidate. And guess what? It only works during the skill number 1. So when you press 1, your unit will actually run through literally anything. Shields, they will jump over shields. Pikes, they will slide under them. Any other unit, they will just go through them. The enemy unit will not even have the chance to kill them while they are walking literally beside them, since they are too fast. And here comes my advice: speed boosting Doctrine on them. It will really help you with that. So just to recap this last part, the skill number 1 is your main skill, since it ordered them to charge and to retreat with ease, remembering that their passive Liquidate only works during this skill, the skill number 1. That's a very important thing to keep in mind. Hence, if you don't have enough points, or you did manage your points poorly during a fight, and you wish to retreat but you don't have enough points to actually retreat using the skill number 1, your unit will suffer the consequences. You will probably lose some of your unit, so don't blame me. Now to the other passive. So this unit will deliver a finishing blow to any unit with 10 HP or lower. That may not seem an important piece of information, but versus heroes and higher tier units like, for example, Reapers, Maidens, Varangian Guards, the node of 20% will be of a value to you. This node lies at the end of the middle line. So in other words, to put it simple, if you are new or want an easy life with the Hashashins, go for the first line in their Veterancy tree with some speed Doctrine, and your targets are mostly gonna be the ranged units in the back line. However, if you know what you're doing and you want to be able to handle tough melee units in a flank, go for the middle line, and your Doctrine should focus more on melee defense and damage penetration. But wait a second, no promises here. The time you have to actually kill a melee unit is super small. So only do this to a retreating one or via flank. Do not do it. They can't manage solo tier 5 units. Melee units, I mean. Last but not least, I would say avoid the last line, the bottom one, for 2 reasons. One, the last node doesn't actually work, or at least in the PTR. Even if it would work, that's the second reason, it might expose your unit flanking angle too early, which is bad. So, till they fix it, avoid this line. Of course, this is my opinion on the footage taken from the PTR server, which is subjected to change in the real one. In the end, overall, I think this unit will be a very good flanking unit, and one of my main units as a great Shahiri. It will keep your enemies on their toes guarding the ranged units. And finally, that was it. Hope this video did help you, and see you soon in the battlefield, Warlord.